All right, you guys. Water signs, welcome in. Oh my God. Look at my hair. I hope you're doing great. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. This little weekly reading for you. Let's see what's going on. Any zodiac signs that do show up, I will explore them in the extended. Anything that does show up, I will follow it down, okay? I'll follow it down, so don't worry about that. Please just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Whatever message comes through that you're like, that's what that means. It resonates. Impasse. Ascending the mountain, keep going forward. I had that feeling about perseverance this morning. Desert passage, trust that there's a divine plan. I think a lot of us might be in this. I'm not a water sign or anything like that, but I definitely have been getting a lot of emails and things like that from people who are like, there's a block. I just have to keep going. I don't really know what it is. Can you help me figure out what it is? I think there's a sense of blockness, and sometimes you don't need to know. That's what the message just came through. Sometimes you don't need to know. I don't think it's personal. It could be a blocked energy of the collective. If you're feeling like you can't make anything move forward for you, I think it's a blocked energy of the collective. We'll follow that down. Let's see where we go. Water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Underneath is the Five of Swords. Wow. 8 of Swords, 6 of Wands, 5 of Cups, 4 of Swords, Empress right in the middle. I like that. King of Cups, Death. So a lot of water here already. 9 of Swords and, oh, beautiful, Ace of Wands. The block is like a mindset. Okay, I'm getting the 8 of Swords here. I feel like you might be dealing with someone who's a little bit full of themselves, or a little bit like, I don't know, full of themselves. There's somebody who is used to winning and maybe they're not winning right now. There's somebody who can't see their way forward, even though they are doing great. They don't see it. They're not seeing themselves clearly. I feel like they might be focused on the wrong thing. This person's focused on the 3 of Cups that are knocked over, and they're not focusing on the 2 of Cups that are still in the upright. They're focusing on their loss. Their mindset is focused on loss. I feel like the 5 of Swords underneath here, 5 of Swords can be a manipulative energy. It can be, this doesn't have to be a person doing this. If you are the one who's feeling manipulated, or you're feeling like you're not really seeing things clearly or not looking at the same right things, you might just be feeling a little bit turned around right now. Okay. Focusing on the wrong things, focusing on negatives, focusing on what went wrong instead of what went right. And I think putting a brave face on it for other people is kind of a big deal here. The 6 of Wands can be a little bit of arrogance, like I'm used to winning and why isn't it happening anymore? So I'm feeling really low. I feel like there's a bit of like you know what? Sometimes you're not in charge of everything. What do you mean sometimes? We're really not in charge of a lot. Okay. We're jumping on the energies. We're aligning with the energies. But we're not the originators of every single energy on this planet. Okay. So some of us have had loss or had things not go our way, and we're getting so twisted up that makes us feel like we're just focusing on the negatives. That needs to be healed. The 4 of Swords here, that needs to be healed. The Empress and the King of Cups is definitely a feeling to me of, I'm going to go with the flow in my heart. What I can control is how I feel about things. And that's a transformational energy. It's moving you away from this 9 of Swords of anxiety and fear. 8, 9, right? It's moving you away from that. And in some ways, it's like being happy with what is. Acceptance of what is going to be a big opening up. Don't keep looking at the things that aren't there. Like So this week I interviewed some of my friends who are spiritual path workers, people who are on the spiritual path, people who are healers, teachers, and guides, shamans. Um, and I spoke to a friend of mine about the Enneagram, which is a personality, shows you how your personality works in relationship to your world. And it gives you a lot of information about how to work in your world or how to be in your world for more success. And one of the things he said to me is there's a type of 7. I'm a 7, and 7s are like always focused on the thing they don't have, as opposed to, glass half empty, as opposed to the things they do have, which is a lot. Always thinking like, oh, well, it could be so much better if I had more of this, or if this kept growing, or if this. And I feel like the universe is trying to teach you to count your blessings. Count your blessings, to enjoy what you have created, pay more attention to what is around. There's a little bit of gratitude here. If there's no movement forward and you're banging your head against a wall, then let's just be grateful for what is. The surest way to stay in a stay in a mode of impasse is to resist the impasse. Accept that the impasse exists. Accept it. Because what happens is you're not spending your energy fighting it then. If there's a person you want to be with who's in another relationship, acceptance. If there's a job that you get passed over for, acceptance. If there's, I was just thinking about my mother. She came through just right now. When she was in her 80s, she passed away when she was 88. We took the keys away when she was 80. Hard thing to do. And we did that because she had always had this mindset that it's 15 minutes to get to the beauty parlor. And between when she started that beauty parlor and now, more people, more cars, more stoplights, not 15 minutes anymore. More traffic. And so what would happen is she would just drive faster because it's 15 minutes. So that's an example of a mindset that got her in trouble, because she would keep getting stopped by the police, and the police would call my brother and say, "Hey, you got to tell your mom to slow down." Small town America, right? Yeah. You got to tell your mom to slow down. They would give her tickets, don't get me wrong. But the fact is, her mindset was the thing that was creating the problem in that particular instance. She wasn't looking at how things are now. She wasn't kind of accepting a situation for what it looked like. Instead, she wanted it to be the thing she wanted it to be. Now, I feel like some of you are healing from a relationship and you can't quite get over it. You're just having a really hard time because you're so sure that this is the person for you, or you're so sure that you're supposed to be married to your twin flame, or you're so sure about it. But let me ask, 10 of Wands. This surety has gotten you nothing but overwhelm, overwork, doing too much. Let's see, the 8 of Wands, the Knight of Wands, and the 2 of Wands. The decision to move out of your perception of a situation is what's going to move it forward. So let's say that you want to be with your twin and they're with somebody else. 100% radical acceptance of that, and embracing your internal twin flame journey, putting down the struggle. Put down the struggle. Okay? Put that down. Keep moving forward and trust that there's a divine plan. It's very simple, not easy, but very simple, that it's possible that the thing you think you believe should be yours isn't really meant for you. Something better is. So when you're manifesting and you're saying, I want this person, I want to be with the love of my life, that or something better. There's something better here. Okay? And I feel like you're resisting what's going on because you think it should be going a different direction, or you think it should be growing in a different direction, or you think I should have had that job, or it doesn't do you any good to resist. Why? It's a done deal. Okay, I'm going to align myself with an opportunity that is for me. I'm going to align myself with doing readings that are important to you. I'm going to align myself, important to spirit. It's important that I do these. Okay, right? Like, how dare I think I have the answer? That's a little bit going on here. Why is the 9 of Swords here? A fear of transformation. 10 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands, 2 of Cups, and the Hierophant. There's commitment at a price. Some of you have a relationship or want a relationship with a person because you think it's going to be peaceful and you think this is the person for you, but really it's going to create a lot of pain and suffering to be married to this person. It's going to look good to other people. You might be in this relationship already where you feel trapped, but everybody else sees like, oh, what a wonderful wife you have or wonderful husband you have. And you're like, oh my God, they're a tyrant. Oh my God, I'm miserable. Like, that's a thing. And no one believes you, right? No one believes you. If you're being gaslit or your significant other has narcissistic tendencies, it looks good to the outside world, but oh my God, it doesn't feel good internally. So in that case, the radical acceptance is this person is not aligned with me for the kind of love relationship I want. And then what am I going to do about that? So let's continue. I'm going to look at, I see Sag here. I see Taurus and Libra. I see Scorpio. There you are, Scorpio. I see, again, Taurus. So Taurus, Libra, Sag. All right, let's see where we go. And I'll clarify this Ace of Wands too. All right, water sign. Link is below. I'll see you over there if you want to continue. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.